Now, the Ghana Tourism Authority says the provision of accurate data in the tourism sector has the potential to attract investors to help the growth of the industry. According to the Deputy Chief Executive Officer in charge of operations, Echo Samson, enforcing the new regulation would also safeguard the safety of revealers. He made the remarks at an orientation and training workshop for the implementation of the new tourism site regulation for stakeholders in Sunyani.
Implementation of the new tourism site regulations LI 2393 is to help improve the standards at the various tourist sites. This includes the collection of data, access to road security and well-being of visitors, among others. At a day's forum in Sunyani to orient stakeholders in the Bono East and Ahafo regions, the Ghana Tourism Authority said the new regulations have categorized sites with provisions intended to check the activities of operators. Yusuf Apieje is the regional director.
Because it is not developed and most of them too are also not manned by those with expertise, that's why we've put together this workshop to expose them, brainstorm them and give them requisite knowledge so that the new paradigm shift that we require from them, the new ways of managing the attraction site, they can adjust easily.
Communications consultant, Ghana Tourism Development Project, Zakaria Tanko Musa, said things must be done differently for the sector to challenge the traditional source of income.
You cannot have a sector that wants to challenge the traditional source of income. You can't have them just operating the way they have to operate. And if we want to compete, and we have a comparative advantage in the sub-region when it comes to tourism, arts and culture. But the only way we can compete favorably is to make sure we are positioning ourselves in a way that meets international standards. And one of the ways of doing that is to have some sort of regulation to regulate us.
The Deputy Chief Executive Officer in charge of operations at GTA, Echo Simpson, indicated that the authority is determined to enforce the new regulations in the interest of the growth of the sector and safeguard the safety of revelers. He also said accurate provision of data on tourist sites could help investors in decision-making.
What we are saying is that without the necessary data on arrival, how many people visited maybe Kintampo, it helps you to even know how well they are performing. And then also for decision-making, in terms of performance, it also helps you to, for investors. If investors want to come in and invest and the figures are very low, then they would like to see whether they have to put their money there or not. So it is important for us to have data. Data will help us to know whether the country is doing well in terms of domestic tourism arrival, even international tourist arrival. It also helps us to measure our performance as far as the tourist sites are concerned.
The stakeholders like the GTA appealed for private sector investment in the tourist site and develop new ones to boost the revenue generated. Precious Semevo, Joy News, Sunyani.
And that's all for business. We have more business when you log on to myjoyonline.com/business. My name is Beverly Broom. Have a good afternoon.